Welcome to Mecha Facts episode 19. In today's episode is the ZGMF-X19A Infinite Justice Gundam, a custom assault mobile suit from the Cosmic Era or the CE timeline of the Gundam series. The Infinite Justice, or Justice for short, made its first animated appearance and was heavily featured in the TV series Mobile Suit Gundam See Destiny. This was the only animated appearance for the Justice in terms of anime, but it has appeared in the See Destiny manga and the video games Mobile Suit Gundam, Seed Battle Destiny, and Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. Next is the Infinite Justice's specifications. Its overall height is 18.9 meters, full weight at 79.67 tons, powered by a Hyper-Deuterion engine, armored by variable phase shift armor, crewed by one pilot, cockpit in the torso, developed from the ZGMF-X19A Justice Gundam, first deployed in Cosmic Era 73 at the Second Battle of Orb, last deployed in Cosmic Era 74 following the Second Bloody Valentine War, initially designed by the plant's Integrated Design Bureau, later on redesigned and manufactured by Terminal, operated by Terminal and the Three Ships Alliance, and the only known pilots of the Infinite Justice are Alakis Klein and Athrin Zala. Next is the Infinite Justice's armaments and equipment. First is the MA-M02G Super Lacerda Beam Sabers. The Super Lacerda Beam Saber is the Justice's main close combat weapon, which are mounted in the side skirt armor. These beam sabers are an enhanced version of the beam sabers used by the previous Justice and Freedom. The two beam sabers can combine into a twin-bladed beam saber, and this form is called the ambidextrous halberd. This is the beam saber form the Infinite Justice primarily uses when in close combat. Next is the MA-M1911 High Energy Beam Rifle. The Infinite Justice's beam rifle is an improved version of the Lupus beam rifle used previously by the Justice and Freedom, typically held in the Justice's right hand and can be stored onto the rear skirt armor when not in use. After that is the MMI GAU-26 17.5mm twin CIWS. The Justice has a pair of 17.5mm guns mounted in its head. The CIWS are mainly used for intercepting missiles, lightly armored targets, and suppressive fire. After that is the MMI M19L 14mm twin CIWS. The Justice has a pair of 14mm guns mounted in the upper torso. Like the head-mounted CIWS, these guns are mainly used for intercepting missiles, lightly armored targets, and suppressive fire. Next is the MRQ-15A Griffin Beam Blades. The Justice mounts a total of 2 beam blades with one in each leg. When activated, a beam blade is generated between the knees and the foot. It is used by the Justice during kicks or attacks with the legs and has been used to deflect incoming beam boomerangs. Next is the MX-2002 Beam Carry Shield. The Infinite Justice's main defensive armament, the Beam Carry Shield can be handheld or mounted on the left forearm. It is a solid shield equipped with a beam shield generator for defense, along with the grapple stinger and the Shining Edge beam boomerang. Next is the EEQ-8 Grapple Stinger, one of the weapons mounted in the shield. It is a grappling claw that is shot out via a cable. It can be used in multiple ways, such as ramming a target some distance away, capturing a target using the claw, or restraining a target using the attached cable. Next is the RQM-55 Shining Edge Beam Boomerang. The second weapon mounted in the shield, it has 2 functions. First, it functions as a beam boomerang that can move in space and in the atmosphere due to the interaction between the beam blade's force field and the surrounding matter. Secondly, it can function as a handheld or shield-mounted beam saber. Next is the Hyper-Deuterion engine, the Infinite Justice's main power plant, which is a hybrid of a nuclear reactor with a Deuterion beam energy transfer system. This means that the Infinite Justice is nuclear-powered, giving it enough power to use all of its features and weapons, including the Meteor weapons platform, to their full combat capabilities. Next is the Neutron Jammer Canceller, a device built into the Infinite Justice to counter the effects of neutron jammers, which gives it the ability to use its Hyper-Deuterion engine freely without the risk of it shutting down. Next is the Gundam Operating System. The Infinite Justice uses the updated version of the Generation Unsubdued Nuclear Drive Assault Module Complex as its operating system. This OS is an updated version of the same one used by the Justice and Freedom, which uses a neural net computer of operating systems designed to operate the mobile suit, weapons, variable phase shift armor, and its features. Next is the Multi-Lock-On System. This system allows the Infinite Justice to lock onto multiple targets and carry out a massive attack of beam weapons and missiles. This system has only been used when the Infinite Justice is docked with the Meteor weapons platform. Next is the Variable Phase Shift Armor. Developed by Zaft, the Variable Phase Shift Armor is the latest version of phase shift armor technology and the most energy efficient. It allows the mobile suit to automatically alter the strength and power consumption of its phase shift armor, depending on the combat configuration or situation. When offline, it leaves the Justice's armor in shades of black and gray, but when activated, it leaves violet, pink, white, gold, silver, and black colored armor. Next is the Meteor, or the Mobile Suit Embedded Tactical Enforcer. Like its predecessor, the Infinite Justice can dock with the powerful, but optional, Meteor weapons platform, granting it powerful thrusters and powerful weapons from battleship caliber beam weapons to large beam swords and dozens of missile launchers. Last is the Phantom 01. The Phantom 01 was developed using the Phantom 00's combat data and was designed after the main body of the Infinite Justice was completed. The Phantom 01 has higher mobility and greater speed than the Phantom 00 due to its new movable wings and thrusters. Like its predecessor, the Phantom 01 improves the suit's mobility and serves as a flight pack in the atmosphere. It is also detachable and can function independently due to its AI system. In this form, it can either serve as a separate support unit or as a sub-flight unit. It also features 2 foldable handles on the underside, allowing the Justice or other mobile suits to grab onto it. In terms of weapons, the Phantom 01 is equipped with 2 Hyperforce beam cannons, 2 Griffin II beam blades, 1 Super Lacerda beam saber on the nose, and 2 Preface Lacerda beam sabers on the wings. However, the last 2 weapons are only usable after the Phantom 01 is detached from the main body. Last is the Infinite Justice's history and lore. The direct successor of the Justice, the Infinite Justice's original design was completed by Zaft's Integrated Design Bureau, but was later stolen and deleted by Terminal. Although the completed model number was the same as the original design, it is a vastly different mobile suit. Zaft used Athern's combat data when designing it, as he was the pilot of his predecessor. Subsequently, his data was also used when the design was later modified by Terminal. The modifications and upgrades were advised by Akira Yamato, who provided guidance through the suit's development. Essentially, the Infinite Justice is the tailor-made custom mobile suit for Atherin Zala. The mobile suit not only incorporated Atherin's and the original Justice's combat data, but it also incorporated the data of Zaft's second stage series of Gundams, a neutron jammer canceller, a hyper-deuterium engine, variable phase shift armor in the inner frame, and miniaturized sensors. All these features made the Infinite Justice possess near-human flexibility and enhanced performance to allow Atherin to fight to his full potential. The Infinite Justice made its first combat debut in the latter part of the Second Bloody Valentine War, arriving on Earth together with the Strike Freedom Gundam during the Second Battle of Orb. It was delivered personally to Atherin by Lacus Clyne, who pilots the Infinite Justice through atmospheric re-entry and lands aboard the Archangel. After talking with Lacus, Atherin, after some time and thought, takes off in the Infinite Justice to back up the Strike Freedom, who was battling both Shin's Destiny Gundam and Rei's Legend Gundam. During the battle between Atherin and Shin, the Infinite Justice fights toe-to-toe against the Destiny for quite some time, but would ultimately chop off Destiny's wrists despite Atherin's injuries prior to this battle. The Second Battle of Orb will conclude in Zaft retreating, and Atherin succumbing to his prior injuries and passing out. Atherin and the Infinite Justice would join Terminal and the Three Ships Alliance, returning to space to play a prominent role to end the war. During the battle at Requiem, Atherin and the Infinite Justice would single-handedly disable both Lunamara's Force Impulse Gundam and Shin's Destiny Gundam, before crippling the Zaft ship Minerva by utilizing the multiple beam cutters on the Phantom 01 to destroy the Minerva's spaceflight engines. Later, Atherin would use the Phantom 01, along with the help of Mulaflaga's Akatsuki Gundam, to destroy the superweapon Requiem. When that battle had concluded, Atherin would use the Infinite Justice to board the Zaft battle station, Messiah, to assist Kira and the Strike Freedom. As the Messiah fell to its destruction, Atherin and the Infinite Justice, and Kira and the Strike Freedom would escape the falling station and set course to return to Eternal, but Atherin would make a detour to rescue both Shin and Lunamar off the lunar surface, as he still cared for them as not just friends, but as people. The Infinite Justice will be seen one last time escorting the Eternal and the Archangel to the planets to end the war peacefully, thus ending the combat history of the Infinite Justice Gundam. And that's all. Thank you for watching this episode of Mecha Facts on the ZGMF-X19A Infinite Justice Gundam. If you are not a fan or a subscriber yet, please hit that subscribe button below and hit that notification bell for future episodes of Mecha Facts. Please stay tuned for more videos, updates, new content, and I'll see you guys next time.